long time ago, in a country far, far away, I dreamed of visiting the true land down under, Antarctica. It had been a dream back in the day to visit Antarctica when the options were only old Russian research vessels and the cost required that you had to sell a kidney or your firstborn just to get there. It was very expensive. I came close a few times, but at the end of the day, my kidneys were more important to me, and kids at the time were the last thing on my mind, let alone them being available to sell. So while the land of snow and ice, and more snow and ice and penguins, remained out of grasp, that did not deter me from travelling. And as I sit here in front of you today, I've been blessed to have visited over 86 countries. I am truly lucky. As I look back fondly on those Globetrotter aspirations as a youngling, I now add to my blessings a wife and 3 wonderful kids, known affectionately as Thing 1, Thing 2 and Thing 3. A visit to Antarctica burned inside me all of those years, and those embers burned as I globetrotted around the world. And finally, in 2019, a trip to Antarctica was on the table. My wife, Jana, and Thing 2, Ethan, and Thing 3, Hayden, were all ready to go. Thing 3, Sale, couldn't make it as he was at university. Ethan and I headed out ahead of the other 2 to explore Patagonia before meeting up in Ushuaia for the great adventure. But I think you know where this is heading. 2 days out from sailing to Antarctica, that little thing that became a huge thing, COVID, saw Jana and Hayden not make it out of North America, and Ethan and I scrambling to get the last flight out of Argentina back home before we collectively spent the next 18 months locked up and locked down. Oh well, we were not alone, and like all the traveling world, we had to postpone. Now this would actually work out better, as now we could take all 3 things with us. But then, you guessed it, Omicron, and guess what? Another postponement. Now it is on. Almost 3 years late, but Antarctica is now back on the schedule. Sadly though, Sale and Hayden cannot make it because as time marched on, so did their respective lives, and both are now at university studying and sadly cannot get away. So that leaves me, Jana and Ethan here in Antarctica. Now initially I thought I'd present this experience of Antarctica to you, our partners in travel, through my eyes, but then I thought, no, let Go-Way present this last frontier of travel through the eyes of my son, he to whom I have passed down the DNA of travel. So let's begin this journey together through the eyes of the next generation of Globetrotter, my son, Ethan.
Hi, my name's Ethan.
How old are you, Ethan?
I'm 9. Oh, shit. I already messed that up. I'm 21.
What do you like about traveling?
I guess what I like about traveling is getting to see all of the world and getting to see places I've never been. I think it's quite fascinating getting to see the way that other people live their lives outside of the basic Toronto type of lifestyle, seeing the way different cultures influence lifestyle and governments and politics and architecture. It's very cool seeing the way that other people handle the world, I guess.
Where in South America have you traveled to?
I've been to Argentina, Chile, Ecuador and the Galapagos, and then Peru as well.
So you were in Argentina and Chile with your dad just before COVID. What was that like?
It was pretty interesting. Everything was going very smooth, very nice. It was just your everyday trip, and then one morning we wake up and my dad's telling me we have to get out of there because everything was closing. Borders were closing, airlines were closing, everything was shutting down. And lucky us, we got on the last flights available to get from Argentina back home.
So what is it about Antarctica that attracts you to wanting to go there?
I'd have to say probably the fact that it's an unclaimed territory. It's a place that no one has laid any claim to, so it'll be different from other places I've been to where I mainly go there to see culture of all the people and all the ways they've handled the world, and then this will be a new spot where it's all natural. Everything there is as is. Nothing's been manipulated. It's just planet Earth, I guess.
So what are you most excited about on the trip to Antarctica?
I guess it would be, like I said before, it's It's almost like a new world you're going to. Everything is untouched, and it'll feel like I'm walking out onto, when I step onto the ice, it'll feel like I'm walking into a whole new world. The boat itself is something that's definitely attracted my attention. When I went to the Galapagos, we went on a cruise as well. So I haven't been on one since then, so I'm very excited to get the cruise experience again.
So for the first 5 days, I may be one of the few people on the boat to think this, but I thought it was quite remarkable. The Drake Passage was crazy, getting thrown side to side on the boat, and then finally getting here and being told we can't go ashore because of the storm, which I still thought was quite beautiful, just the madness of it all. But, you know, you can't control the weather, so you have to embrace what you got. And it was amazing to see the storm. But I'm happy to find that's finally over, so we can actually get to shore and get to kayak and, you know, really get to appreciate Antarctica the way it should be. If I'm being honest, I almost didn't think about it. I was just too excited to get on shore. I just turned around, ran up, and went to look at those penguins. But once I realized what I just did, it felt amazing knowing that I finally set foot on Antarctica and got to appreciate it all. Oh my God, the Gentoo penguins are the absolute best animal in the world, I think. Nothing could beat them. Their awkward little waddle, the way they hop, ooh, they're amazing. I love them. But the Adelaide penguins, who just seem to try to get in there, hang out. They keep getting pushed away socially, it seems, but they're just as cute in my opinion. They don't deserve to be isolated and shunned. They're surprisingly amazing. The way you can just be here and just stare at ice for so many days in a row and just get to appreciate it. Like it's basically just a giant pool with little ice cubes in it, but the ice cubes they're beyond fascinating. To just sit and stare at one for a while, it's something I'll never forget. Penguins are awesome. Well, it depends on who I get stuck with, honestly. If I were with someone I enjoy spending time with, I think it would be an amazing experience, but I feel like just the 6 months of isolation, if it's someone with you don't like hanging out with, it could really drive you crazy probably, but if I was with someone I enjoyed or with no one at all in that fact, like, I think I could do it. I think I'd love it. Oh, it's amazing. Compared to being on the Zodiacs, you get to just appreciate the sounds, the feel of Antarctica. You could dip your hand in the water whenever you'd like. You can just, it's so much more personal than being in a Zodiac, and it's amazing. It's just beautiful. There's no other way to describe it but beautiful. %. If you travel somewhere next and you can do it, go to Antarctica. It's incredible here, and you'll be amazed at how much you love it.
Well, here we are, Antarctica. What can I say? I think the scenery speaks for itself. I hope the video captured the grandeur, the might, the ferocity at times of Antarctica. It is truly one of the most memorable, if not the most memorable places I've ever been in the world. I'd recommend highly enough Globetrotters getting your backside down here, literally to the bottom of the world. It is stunning. It's all here. It's wonderful. I hope to see you down here sometime as well. Until next time.